an immortal descended the mountain to take disciples. Gongzi Yuan, out of the 16 people in the entire village, 15 actually possessed the potential of a great emperor, but you, the time traveler? You've only got the potential of a lowly farmer, Gongzi Yuan. Fortunately, before leaving, the immortal left you a cultivation manual. Gongzi Yuan, what the heck? What kind of gibberish is this? These aren't even Chinese characters. That crazy woman screwed me over. Because of a congenital defect at birth, you never actually learned to read this world's language, but that wasn't going to stop you. As everyone knows, all writing evolved from pictures. You could just guess as you read. This manual has 10 pages, and rumor has it there are 10 realms of cultivation. Could it be that each page represents a different realm? Thinking you had cracked the code, you started posing exactly like the little stick figures in the manual. However, just a moment later, you suddenly felt a dull ache in your lower stomach. Aha! It is actually working. Right at that moment, Auntie Sun walked in holding 2 steamed buns. Little Yuan, what on earth are you doing? Auntie, why didn't you knock before coming in? Oh, you silly boy. I am not embarrassed, so why should you be? Auntie has seen it all. With that, Auntie Sun slapped the steamed buns onto the table. She reminded you to eat your food, and headed out. Before leaving, she let out a heavy sigh. The poor boy really took a massive blow. He is even holding the book upside down. Not long after, you realized you were bleeding from head to toe. Holy crap, am I reaching the first level of chi condensation? Is this the legendary body cleansing? Could all this blood be the impurities leaving my body? After taking a bath, you pulled out a bronze mirror. You saw a dark, ominous aura lingering right between your eyebrows. Could this be the ultimate peak of martial arts? The 3 flowers gathering at the crown? I have got to say, this immortal cultivation manual is the real deal. I hit the peak of martial arts right from the start. Walking outside, you felt absolutely refreshed and full of energy. Even though your vision was completely blurry and doubled, you figured it was just because you suddenly gained massive amounts of power. Your body just had not adapted yet. Auntie Wang. Heading down to the fields, are we? I am your second uncle, you idiot. Oh. Well, what about the guy in front of you? The guy in front of me is Old Man Niu. You vigorously shook your head. Dizziness and blurred vision were perfectly normal. Even if all the symptoms seemed completely wrong, that swirling ball of chi in your stomach definitely was not a lie. 3 years passed in a flash. Wait. This part does not seem right. That old immortal who wrote this manual definitely made a typo. You kept happily practicing, scribbling corrections and crossing things out in the manual as you went. The first page had already been butchered beyond recognition. You even added your own Chinese annotations. After finishing your daily practice, you headed straight out to plow Auntie Sun's fields. But the moment you left, 2 masked figures sneakily slipped right into your house. Completely unaware of the danger, you were busy dragging a heavy plow through the dirt. You had no choice. You accidentally punched the village's only ox to death last year. So now, you are the village's ox. Little Yuan, why don't you take a break? Are you kidding me? I am a chi condensation expert. Why would an immortal like me need a break from plowing dirt? Seeing your energy, Auntie Sun did not push it. After plowing half an acre, you squatted down by the edge of the field and took a big gulp of water. I wonder what realm the others have reached by now. If a guy like me, with 0 spiritual roots is already at chi condensation, they must be at the core formation stage by now. Or maybe even the nascent soul stage? Nah, there is no way they have hit soul formation yet. Little Yuan. A traveling teacher just arrived in the village. The village chief wants you to come back and host him for a bit. Coming. I am coming. With that, you bolted back toward the village like a hurricane. Traveling teachers were incredibly rare these days. I heard from the village chief that you are quite the diligent and eager student. It is a shame you have suffered without a proper master. Since I am passing through, I suppose I could offer you a few pointers. Hearing this, your heart leaped with absolute joy. You immediately dropped down and traced out a few characters into the dirt. Sir, how exactly do you pronounce these words? Ah, those 5 characters read, the Mystic Heaven Chi Condensation Method. The moment the words left his mouth, you froze dead in your tracks. 5 characters? Aren't there freaking 7 characters? Isn't this the limitless great Tao stone smashing palm? Walking back home, your mind was completely spinning in an absolute daze. 3 years. 3 whole years. I've been practicing this wrong for 3 whole years. A method meant to absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. I actually brute forced it into a physical body tempering technique. Looks like I'll have to take the book to Mr. and ask him to teach me word by word. Meanwhile, in Shijiatun, the village right next to Shangba village, Shilong and Shihu stared excitedly at the rare manual in their hands. I found it. This word is pronounced Xuan. The Xuan sect breathing technique. Hurry, check what's inside. Big bro. Why does this look a bit like some sort of bedroom arts? What do you know? That just means it's profound. The two studied it for a while, then started practicing according to the little figures in the drawings. Meanwhile, you just got home, only to find that the cultivation manual that usually sat quietly on the table had completely vanished. You scratched your head hard. My head is so itchy. I feels like I'm growing a brain again. Even though the manual was stolen, you weren't angry at all. Over the past 3 years, you had already flipped through that book thousands of times. You memorized 80% of the content. As for the remaining 20%, guessing it was a piece of cake, you immediately started writing and drawing on the dirt wall. The original manual, given by the fairy, could be called the Profound Heaven Breathing Technique version 1.0. The one you misinterpreted and practiced was version 2.0. And the content you're writing from memory and modifying right now, you call it version 3.0. The people from the Flying Immortal Holy Land are still practicing version 1.0. But I am already practicing version 3.0. How could they possibly compete with me? After finishing the writing, you immediately started circulating the technique. Instantly, you felt the bottleneck in your body loosen. In less than half an hour, the energy vortex in your dantian completely shattered. Did I just break through? A powerful surge of strength gave you the feeling of being absolutely invincible in this world. You instantly threw a punch at the front door, and the wooden door blasted into splinters. So strong. Way too strong. This door. Whatever, it doesn't matter. As the only heir of Shangba village, why would I care about the wooden door of a broken dirt hut? However, you quickly discovered a very serious problem. Why is my energy vortex gone? And I don't see any Tao foundation either. Is this manual written wrong? After thinking it over and over, you could only come up with one possibility. Rumor has it that cultivation always requires the use of pills. The most likely reason is because I didn't take any pills. Thinking of this, young Master Yuan, you grabbed a hoe from the yard, ready to head up the mountain to dig for natural treasures to refine pills, young Master Yuan. However, when you passed by Shijiatun, you saw an absolutely terrifying scene, young Master Yuan. The entire village was completely devoid of life. Young Master Yuan. And the ground was littered with dead bodies scattered everywhere, young Master Yuan. Even though you had lived 2 lifetimes, when had you ever seen a scene like this? You were instantly terrified out of your mind and sprinted wildly back home. Was that Hua Xiaoyuan who just dashed past? What incredible speed! It's not rare for Foundation establishment cultivators to fly that fast, but for someone to run at that speed on the ground, this is genuinely the first time I've ever seen it. Following that, Bai Tao arrived at your house. He saw you hiding entirely under your blanket, shivering uncontrollably, but the moment he lifted a corner of the blanket, his eardrums were completely shaken by an ear-piercing scream. Mister, save me. Is someone trying to kill you? No. Did you offend some powerful figure? I don't think so. Then, what exactly did you encounter that made you panic like this? You calmed your mind down a little bit, and tremblingly recounted everything you saw and heard in Shijiatun. What were you doing at Shijiatun? An immortal from the Flying Immortal Holy Land gave me a cultivation manual. Recently, I felt my training was going way too slow, so I thought about going up the mountain to dig up some spirit herbs. Hearing this, Bai Tao looked over at the dirt wall, and dark lines of exasperation immediately popped up on his forehead. What is all this absolute nonsense? Never mind the fact that every single word is completely wrong. Just looking at the energy circulation routes drawn in these pictures, practicing this will absolutely cause you to suffer chi deviation. Sigh, whatever. Since we know each other, and Confucianism teaches everyone without discrimination, thinking this, he pulled out a book. Here, take this. Stop messing around with your cultivation from now on. The vast heaven longevity art, this is the Confucian mantra of righteousness. Practice it to cultivate a noble spirit. Its benefits are endless. What exactly does this noble spirit look like? And how are its benefits endless? A noble spirit is formless and colorless. It is the righteous energy of heaven and earth. It nourishes the soul and wards off all evil. You'll understand in due time. Even though Bai Tao said that out loud, deep down, he didn't actually believe you would succeed. After all, cultivating a noble spirit requires a heart full of true justice. Those lacking a resolute mind could never even grasp the basics in their entire lifetime. After explaining, Bai Tao stepped out. Originally, he had wanted you to show him around Shijiatun village, but you absolutely refused to step foot outside, no matter what. You're terrified. Cowardly face genuinely pissed him off. With a weak mind like that, he actually expects to cultivate a noble spirit? Pure delusion. After seeing Bai Tao off, you immediately started studying the manual. The core principle of the mantra of righteousness is simply letting nature take its course. You can cultivate a noble spirit by farming the land, or even by teaching students. Once you grasped the concept, you grabbed a hoe and started tilling the soil, right in your courtyard. As for leaving the house, not a chance in hell. Just a short while later, you felt a trace of energy flowing inside your body. Wait, this isn't right. The teacher said, a noble spirit is formless and colorless, so why is mine red? Retracting the energy, you sat down quietly to read. Half an hour later, you cultivated another wisp of noble spirit. Yet this time, it was green. Wrong again. You kept switching it up. Practicing swordplay in the yard turned it gold. Staring blankly into space turned it white. Sleeping with the covers over your head turned it blue. After several days of messing around, your body felt like a glowing rainbow. The only thing missing was the formless and colorless one. Holy crap! There's a flaw in this manual. They say true teachings are never handed out so easily. The technique Mr. Bai gave me was definitely a watered-down version. Once you figured out the trick, you started tinkering with the mantra of righteousness version 2.0. As everyone knows, as long as you have the table of contents, filling in the blanks is a piece of cake. The manual in your hands was just the outline. Using it as a foundation to restore the complete version wouldn't be hard at all. It only took you a single day and night to basically finish the job. You even borrowed elements from the Flying Immortal Holy Land's profound heaven-breathing technique along the way. You could say it was absolutely perfect. A few days later, you were practicing your swordsmanship in the courtyard when Bai Tao happened to walk by. Kid, it's been so long since the incident at Shijiatun village. Are you still too scared to leave the house? Oh, Mr. Bai, you have no idea. I've been having terrible nightmares every single night. Those poor villagers died so horribly. Xiao Yuan, a scholar, cultivates a noble spirit. You must act with calm integrity. Fear no evil, and bow to no tyrant. You are absolutely right, sir. Then, come take a walk with me. Nope. We'll just stroll around the village. We won't leave the borders. Still nope. Even after all that convincing, you still refuse to take a single step out of your courtyard. Bai Tao could only flick his sleeves and storm off. I've been teaching for decades, and I have never met someone so incredibly stubborn. Teaching him the mantra of righteousness was a complete waste of time. Forget it. With that thought, Bai Tao headed back to the village entrance, looking hopefully toward the Zhao family's house. A long while later, his gaze suddenly shifted outside the village. A man clad in silver armor was slowly making his way toward Shangba village. The news leaked, after all. A tiny mountain village that had managed to produce 15 peerless geniuses was bound to attract attention. If the Flying Immortal Holy Land hadn't been guarding it so fiercely, this little place would have lost its peace a long time ago. In just a matter of moments, the white-robed general had already arrived right in front of him. Hey! Which way to Hua Xiaoyuan's house? Bai Tao just pointed the way and paid no more attention to it. Completely oblivious to all this, you were happily harvesting all kinds of righteous energy. until Chu Tiankuo kicked the door wide open. Are you Hua Xiaoyuan? This is the 100 Battle Slaughter Manual. I'll give you 3 days. If you can grasp the basics, you may join my vanguard, but if you fail to learn it in 3 days, you die. He didn't give you a single chance to speak. By the time you finally reacted, the guy had already vanished from sight. What the hell? Talk about forcing a deal. You never expected this little village to be targeted so quickly. It seems that schoolteacher keeping an eye on the Zhao family is no simple guy either. Power. I need more power. Handing over a martial arts manual so easily, he definitely rigged this thing. He's just waiting for me to learn it so he can drain my cultivation base. What a vicious, twisted mind. Thank goodness I'm an expert at tweaking techniques. However, 2 days passed by. Whether it was from being overly nervous or not, you just couldn't grasp the basics. Seeing the deadline closing in, your anxiety skyrocketed. Should I run? But what about the villagers? They literally saved my life. If I run, what if that bastard takes his anger out on them? Screw it. I need to strike first. Stealing your resolve, you pulled out the only wood chopping knife you had in the house. Under the cover of moonlight, you marched straight out of the village. As if sensing your murderous intent, Bai Tao put down the book in his hands. I suppose I misjudged him before. He actually has some guts. However, I'm afraid he won't be coming back from this. To everyone's surprise, Chu Tiankuo also picked up on your killing intent. Well, this is interesting. I really just wanted to push him to his limits. I didn't expect to push him right into cold-blooded murder. Just as Chu Tiankuo lifted the flap of his tent, he caught you dumping poison straight into the camp's cooking pot. You sneaky little brat, he's actually playing dirty. Completely unaware you were being watched, you kept stirring the poison into the pot, and when you finished, you even licked your fingers clean. Perfect. Colorless and tasteless. Now, even if I die, there's no way that bastard is getting off easy. After finishing your sabotage, you gripped your chopping knife and sneaked toward the military tent. Just as you raised the blade, ready to hack down, a long spear suddenly thrust out from inside the tent. In a panic, you frantically brought up your chopping knife to block it. Even though you managed to dodge the thrust, your knife snapped clean in half. Without hesitation, you ditched the broken blade and switched to hand-to-hand combat, lunging straight for Chu Tiankuo's throat. However, the longer Chu Tiankuo fought, the more shocked he became. As a Foundation establishment cultivator who specialized in killing, he was actually being pushed back by a mere chi condensation rookie. Hold on a second, Hua Xiaoyuan. There might be a misunderstanding between us. There's no misunderstanding. I came here to take your life today. The truth was, Chu Tiankuo had only come here hoping to score an easy recruit. His harsh words were only meant to light a fire under you. Who would have guessed it would turn into a fight to the bitter end? If I keep tangling with him, I might actually drop dead right here. Left with no other choice, Chu Tiankuo had no choice but to fly straight down the mountain. Flying through the air. He's at the Foundation establishment stage. This guy's power is no joke, and he probably has massive backing. Since I've already pissed him off, there's no way I'm letting the tiger return to the mountain. With that thought, you took off sprinting, chasing relentlessly after Chu Tiankuo. Even though you couldn't fly, your speed was nothing to scoff at. One chasing, one fleeing, the two of you quickly rushed out of Tianlong County. Damn it, why is this crazy bastard sticking to me like glue? Chu Tiankuo didn't dare to pause for even a second, flying at top speed toward Shunan Prefecture. The moment he landed at the city gates, he was intercepted by the guards. Halt! Who goes there? Is your prefecture governor here? Chu Tiankuo demanded, flashing his Vanguard Commander token. The governor is currently inside the city. We didn't know the Grand Marshal had arrived. This subordinate will go report at once. There's an absolute maniac right behind me. You guys need to hold him off. Just 10 breaths. I just need 10 breaths. Without waiting, he transformed into a streak of light and blasted off toward the north. Before the city guards could even process what was happening, you completely crashed the city gates. Did you guys just see someone fly past here? Hearing your furious tone, the guards instantly raised their hands in unison and pointed straight to the north. Are you kidding me? They barely made minimum wage. Why the hell would they risk their lives? A guy who was literally hunting down the Grand Marshal? How exactly were they supposed to stop you? The two of them, one chasing and one fleeing, quickly left the borders of Shunan County. Chu Tianquo, relying on sheer willpower, flew for nearly 10,000 miles. He finally managed to flee to the capital, Wangtian City. But when you chased him all the way to the city gates, you didn't dare to make a move. Man, I was way too impulsive. I actually charged right into the enemy's lair. Isn't this just asking for a death wish? Just then, dozens of silver-armored soldiers charged out of the city gates, accompanied by an old man who looked like an immoral master. Holy crap, this guy plays dirty. He actually called for backup. There's the brat. Don't let him get away. Seeing this, you immediately bolted. You damn old geezer. I've got elderly parents and little kids to feed. If I die here, that's entirely on your conscience. Go ahead and curse, brat. The more you curse, the more excited this old man gets. I'm gonna count to 3. If you keep running, don't blame me for bullying a junior. Oh no, the evil ghost abyss is up ahead. Seeing the enemy stop, you still didn't dare to drop your guard, only coming to a halt after sprinting for over 10 miles. This time, I'm absolutely gonna lay low until I'm invincible before I come out. With that in mind, you decided to find a place to hide, but there were only a few unmarked graves in front of you. Pushing aside your fear, you picked the most unnoticeable one. However, the life story carved on the tombstone actually caught your attention. Bro, I'm so sorry. I know you had a tragic life, but I really have nowhere else to hide. Please forgive my intrusion. After saying that, you dug up the dirt and pushed open the coffin lid. You then took the skeletal remains of Jin Nanshan and buried them under the nearest tree. After lying down inside the empty coffin, you used your spiritual energy to restore the dirt mound above, finally feeling a sense of security. But the moment you laid back, a wave of exhaustion hit you. You soon fell into a deep sleep. But what you didn't know was, at that very moment, 2 dark silhouettes appeared outside. They were also approaching the graveyard. Martial Ant. There's something really weird about this wind. The evil ghost abyss didn't get its reputation for nothing. If I hadn't accidentally stumbled upon a technique to completely conceal our auras, I wouldn't have stepped foot in this place even if you beat me to death. There are some unmarked graves up ahead. Let's go hide from this demonic wind over there. But Martial Ant, isn't that gonna be really bad luck? It's about to get dark. Let's just find a grave to hide in and wait out the night parade of 100 ghosts. After saying that, the two of them each dug up one of the grave mounds. Murong Yue was fairly respectful about it. Before getting into the coffin, she neatly gathered the bones and placed them respectfully to the side. But Tang Qi didn't even look, she just climbed straight into your coffin. Martial Ant, I'm kind of scared. What's there to be scared of? They're just a bunch of old seniors who've been dead for who knows how long. It's not like they can jump up and have their way with you, right? Hurry up and get some rest. We still need to go looking for the blood spirit flower tomorrow. With that, the entire graveyard fell into a dead silence once again. Meanwhile, completely oblivious to all this, you still thought you were dreaming. Ouch. You're pulling my hair. Holy shit. A ghost. Where the hell did this chi condensation stage cultivator come from? Are you seriously this much of a coward? Hey, wake up. Forget it. If word gets out that I bullied a little chi condensation weakling, I'd be a laughingstock. It wasn't until dawn that Tang Qi finally climbed out of the coffin. However, when she finally got a clear look at what you looked like, she nearly ground her back teeth to dust out of pure rage. You were dressed in absolute rags, wearing only a single straw sandal on your foot. You looked like an absolute beggar. She couldn't believe she had actually shared a bed with a filthy beggar. Just then, Murong Yue also climbed out. Seeing this, Tang Qi furiously waved her sleeve, slamming the coffin lid shut again, and conveniently grabbed a massive boulder to crush down on top of it. As a final touch, she even slapped a gravity talisman right onto the boulder. Amitabha. Martial Ant. Since when did you become a Buddhist? What do you know? This fairy is simply performing a blessing for the unjustly dead in here. Long after the two of them left, you finally woke up again. Man, I really shouldn't have slept in a graveyard. I actually had a terrible nightmare last night, but just as you tried to push the coffin lid open, you realized it wouldn't budge at all. That doesn't make any sense. Is my chi condensation cultivation really this trash? You pushed again with all your might, but there was still absolutely no reaction. However, what you totally didn't expect was that when Tang Qa returned 3 days later, not only did she not rescue you, but she actually heartbreakingly erected a brand new tombstone for you, Young Master Yuan. She was crying her eyes out while carving the epitaph, Young Master Yuan, tomb of the Xiaoyao sect's Tang family husband, the little beggar. Young Master Yuan. Hey! Who the hell is out there crying over a grave? Stop crying for a sec. Young Master Yuan, help me move this rock. Young Master Yuan, can you hear me out there? Young Master Yuan. Hey, Young Master Yuan. You yell all you want, I'll just keep crying. Young Master Yuan. The people out here are heartbroken. Young Master Yuan. Young Master Yuan. As the crying sounds gradually faded away. Young Master Yuan. Your anxious heart finally flatlined, Young Master Yuan. Right now, your only way out to survive, Young Master Yuan, is to break through to the Foundation establishment stage. Young Master Yuan. But the evil ghost abyss has absolutely zero spiritual energy. Young Master Yuan. There is only endless ghost energy. Young Master Yuan. Thinking of this, a brilliant idea suddenly flashed through your mind. Young Master Yuan. What is the one thing you are best at? Young Master Yuan. Modifying cultivation techniques, of course. Why not change it from absorbing spiritual energy to absorbing ghost energy? No, wait. Absorbing ghost energy has its own problems too. Young Master. Once you leave this hellhole, you wouldn't be able to cultivate anymore. Let's just go all the way and change it to absorbing air. Just do it. You immediately started scribbling and modifying right on the coffin lid. After a day and a half, the world's very first air-absorbing cultivation technique was born. And get this. This technique actually requires you to use the periodic table of elements, taking into account the local air composition, PM 2.5 parameters, and so on, to cultivate. You could say the knowledge points it covers are so vast, even a great emperor would just shake his head in disbelief. You took a deep, deep breath of air, and felt your power level skyrocketing. Ha ha ha. Who said I don't have a spirit root? My spirit root is called the air spirit root. After successfully breaking through, you finally crawled out of the grave pit, but the tombstone on the grave left you totally dumbfounded. Paft. You're the freaking stingy ghost, your whole family is stingy. So that night wasn't just a steamy dream after all. Someone actually slipped into my bed, and after the deed was done, they refused to take responsibility and tried to silence me for good. Good thing my talents are unmatched. Just as you were about to leave, a woman's soft whisper suddenly echoed in your ear. Who's playing tricks? Get the hell out here. My lord. Stay and keep me company. It's so dark in here. However, the very next second, the evil spirit suddenly felt its breath stop and was sucked straight into your lungs. Holy crap. That breath of air just now. PM 2.5 was way over the limit. Almost choked me. Seeing no response for a long time, you walked right out of the evil ghost abyss. However, as soon as you arrived at Seek Immortal City, you were completely stunned. Because nascent soul cultivators are as common as dogs here, golden core cultivators are walking everywhere. Foundation establishment is literally at the bottom of the food chain in this world. The cultivators on the street looked at you, shaking their heads and sighing constantly. They even used you as a negative example for the younger generation. Just as you were about to talk back, a soft clink suddenly came from your hand. You blankly looked at the bowl in your hand, and then looked at the rich lady who just tossed a spirit stone into it. Since when did I have a bowl in my hand? Come on. Are you guys really treating me like a beggar? Damn it. Do you think I have no dignity? After saying that, you angrily stuffed the spirit stone into your pocket. Right at that moment, you heard the news that the Xiaoyao sect was recruiting disciples. You decisively chose to join. When you arrived at the Xiaoyao sect's testing square, it was already packed with a massive sea of people. You quickly squeezed through the crowd, and happily placed your hand on the testing stone. However, after waiting a full 10 seconds, the spirit root testing artifact showed absolutely no reaction. This left the disciple in charge completely dumbfounded. In all his years, this was his first time seeing someone with zero spirit root. I don't accept this. I'm at the foundation establishment stage. How could I not have a spirit root? You guys must have tested it wrong. You desperately hugged the testing stone, refusing to let go no matter what. This scene caught Tang Kuei's attention. She only came to the disciple recruitment ceremony to go through the motions, but the man in front of her gave her a very familiar feeling. This man felt like a past lover. But where had she seen him? She couldn't remember for the life of her. Go call that boy over. When you were brought in front of Tang Kuei, your face was full of resentment. What? You don't seem very happy to see me? What are you talking about, fairy? I'm just a simple farm boy. Looking at a beauty like you too much might give me a sty in my eye. Tang Kuei originally had no intention of taking any disciples, but seeing your completely dismissive attitude, it instantly fired up her competitive spirit. She immediately decided to take you in just to torture you. I am Tang Kuei, Peak Master of the 100 Flowers Peak. Would you be willing to take me as your master? Do I get spirit stones for taking you as my master? 10 low-grade spirit stones a month. Master above, please accept your disciple's bow. As soon as these words came out, Tang Kuei's face instantly went dark. To think that her glorious reputation wasn't even as effective as 10 low-grade spirit stones. Sensing Tang Kuei's displeasure, you thought your asking price was too high, so you hurriedly added, Master, your disciple is presentable in the hall and excellent in the kitchen, plowing fields, growing vegetables, herding cows. I'm an expert at everything. 10 spirit stones is definitely a steal. But before you could even finish, Tang Kuei had already left with Murong Yue. Completely unaware of this, you were excitedly calculating how many spirit stones you could get in a year. When you came to your senses, you realized your master was long gone. Holy crap, I've been abandoned. And no one even told me where 100 Flowers Peak is. After searching for a solid half-month, you still couldn't find the sect entrance. With no other choice, you could only return to seek Immortal City. 100 Flowers, kind-hearted brothers and sisters. Eldest disciple. 100 Flowers. Kind aunts and uncles. I am the eldest disciple of Tang Kuei, the master of 100 Flowers Peak. Please, spare a bite to eat for this disciple of 100 Flowers. In just half a month, this embarrassing news had spread throughout the entire Seek Immortal City. Just when you were on the verge of starving to death, you finally found a job with great pay, but extreme challenges. Hey there, big sister, come on in and have some fun. Young man, are you new here? Dear sister, I only sell my skills, not my body. Oh, little brother, who doesn't start off just selling their skills? You were just about to argue when the woman pulled out a heavy bag of spirit stones. Oh my. Good sister, you've got a fantastic eye. Your professional proficiency maxed out in an instant. It's just drinking with clients, right? You're an expert. After an intense session of push and pull, you finally managed to see the woman off by evening. Little Yuan. I've always been a good judge of character. You have the potential to be our top host. I'm going to turn you into the #1 immortal male model in the entire Xiaoyao sect territory. We'll exclusively target high-end clients. Sister Li, my childhood friends and companions, might all become the supreme emperors of this world in the future. Won't doing this ruin their reputations? Li Qingqiu pondered for a moment. That is indeed a problem. Where the heck did this foolish kid get supreme emperors as childhood friends? What kind of crazy daydream is he having? Little Yuan, I think you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Making money is nothing to be ashamed of. Sister Li, you make a good point, but I have one more question. If I do this, and my master finds out, will there be any trouble? Who is your master? She said she was Tang Kuei, the master of 100 Flowers Peak. Let's not dwell on such nonsense. Anyway, starting tomorrow, you'll learn the zither, chess, calligraphy, and painting. We're going the high-end luxury route. But right at that moment, a serving girl rushed anxiously into the backyard. Sister Li, bad news, a nasty customer is here. Zhang Jinjin got beaten up, and the other party is a big shot. Little Yuan, the time to test you has come. Leave it to me, Sister Li, you can count on me. After saying that, you flicked your sleeves and marched confidently toward the front courtyard. However, the second you stepped into the VIP room, your face instantly dropped in shock. Little rabbit? Brother calf? Why are you here? A girl's first time visiting a brothel, and she gets caught red-handed by her childhood friend. Young Master Yuan. Young Master Yuan. And what's even more absurd, is that he was the one providing the services. Wow, little rabbit. You've been away from home for 3 years, and you've already learned how to visit brothels? Yuan. If second master finds out young Master Yuan, let's see if he doesn't break your legs. Young Master Yuan. Brother Calf. Young Master Yuan. You have to listen to me explain. Young Master Yuan. It's not what you think. I'm not listening. I'm not listening. I'm telling second master about this no matter what. Crying won't help you, Master Yuan. I am merely representing the flying immortal Holy Land, Master Yuan. Coming to the Xiaoyao sect for an exchange, Master Yuan. This is all just a standard reception. But right after Wang Tuxian said this, she immediately realized something was wrong. Brother Newer? Why are you here? And why are you dressed so flamboyantly? Hearing this, you blanked out for a second. Hiss. I almost forgot my reason for coming up to the second floor. Greetings, dear guest. Flowing Cloud Qianshui of the Fragrance Pavilion is here to serve you. As soon as these words came out, Wang Tuxian's face instantly darkened. The other 4 people in the room all looked at each other in utter dismay. Junior, Sister Tuxian. Who might this be? Senior Brother Zhu. This is my good-for-nothing older brother. We were nursed on the exact same mother's milk. I've made a fool of myself in front of you. Zhu Qianming awkwardly raised his wine glass. Not at all, not at all. During the banquet, everyone toasted and exchanged cups, but because you were there, the atmosphere in the private room grew increasingly awkward. The group of geniuses made their excuses and left one by one. After everyone was gone, Wang Tuxian finally couldn't hold it in anymore. Brother Nair. Out with it. What exactly is going on here? I just went on a long trip, but I couldn't find my way back. I accidentally ended up here, and wanted to scrape together some travel money. Accidentally? Do you know how far this place is from Monchan? Even cultivator flying ships have to fly for 10 to 15 days. And you're telling me you walked here? You continuously nodded your head. Brother Nair, here are 50 spirit stones. It's more than enough for you to take a flying ship back to the Southern Kingdom. You know our hometown is in Shunan County of the Southern Kingdom, right? She said this while writing down the address for you. Because she still had a mission to complete, Wang Tuxian couldn't escort you back personally. However, before leaving, she went to find Li Qingchu. Dear guest, what are your instructions? Wang Tuxian suppressed the raging anger in her heart, her long sword inching out of its scabbard. How did Hua Xiaoyuan get in here? A few days ago, I saw him begging on the streets. I couldn't bear to see it, so I thought about taking him in as a waiter. Who knew that once this young man was washed clean, he'd look so handsome? Hearing this, Wang Tuxian finally sheathed her sword. Immediately after, she grabbed Li Qingchu by the collar. Listen here, madam. Hua Xiaoyuan is my older brother. I am the heir to the immortal slaying sword of the flying immortal Holy Land. I might as well tell you, he has 15 younger siblings just like me. I have urgent business and must leave in a hurry today. But if anything happens to my brother in your establishment, I'll have this entire Chushan city buried with him. After saying this, Wang Tuxian glanced upstairs, making direct eye contact with you. Seeing this, you hurriedly flashed a silly smile. Little two. Come back and play when you have time. Hearing this, Wang Tuxian's face flushed bright red, and she left without looking back. If you weren't still here, she absolutely would have torn this brothel to the ground today. After seeing her fly away, Li Qingchu breathed a heavy sigh of relief. The heir to the immortal slaying sword, that title was just too terrifying. Immediately after, she turned to look at the second floor, only to see you half leaning against the curtain, your eyes deep and profound, swirling a half-filled cup of green wine in your hand. Elegant. Too elegant. No wonder that heir to the immortal slaying sword fell for him at first sight. Coincidentally, Murong Yue also happened to be passing by the fragrance pavilion. Hey, pretty boy. Have you seen a little beggar around? One who claims to be the disciple of Peak Master Tang from the 100 Flowers Peak? Oh my. How could I have ever met Immortal Master Tang's apprentice? Come on in and play. Head disciple, Murong. Seeing this, a flash of disgust crossed Murong Yue's eyes. What an absolute dump. It's completely indecent. With that, she kept walking. Along the way, forget about cultivators. There were barely even any beggars around. Finally, Morong Yue arrived at the gates of the Shui estate. After asking around a bit, she found out that you've been hanging around here lately. A dignified foundation, establishment cultivator, relying on a little girl for handouts? How absolutely pathetic. Just then, Yoon Duo walked out carrying a food basket. Having not seen you all day, she was anxiously looking around. Seeing Morong Yue approach, she hurried over to ask, "Excuse me, miss, have you seen a young beggar around?" I'm looking for him too." Hearing this, Yoon Duo instantly threw her guard up. He doesn't have anyone to rely on in Seeker's City. Why would anyone be looking for him? This woman definitely doesn't look like good news. "Who are you?" "I'm his senior martial sister." "Listen here, little girl, if you see that little beggar again, tell him to drag himself back to 100 Flowers Peak immediately. Tell him to stop humiliating my martial uncle." With that, Morong Yue turned to leave. But right as she spun around, she sensed a hidden murderous intent. It seems someone has their eyes on this estate. With a heavy sigh, Morong Yue strode right out of there. Early the next morning, led by Li Qingchu, you arrived at Zhao Dingling's pavilion. She wasn't just a mighty nascent soul expert, she was an absolute master of the zither. "Sister Dingling, here's a gift for you." "Oh, Xiao Yuan. You got scammed. This bracelet is just gold-plated on the outside, and the inside is definitely just solid iron." "I didn't get scammed. The shopkeeper told me it was iron." "Are you short on money or something?" "Nope. Not at all. Little Rabbit just gave me 50 spirit stones yesterday. And so you decided to buy me this piece of junk?" Hearing Zhao Dingling's tone growing dangerously cold, you nervously backed up a couple of steps, and instinctively covered the coin pouch at your waist. Seeing things go south, Li Qingchu hurriedly shoved a storage ring into Zhao Dingling's hand. "Oh my! Xiao Yuan just got mixed up. This right here is his real gift to you." But Zhao Dingling angrily pushed the ring back. "Sister Li, I don't need your charity. I just wanted to see his attitude. Look at him. He's acting like I'm about to mug him. I am a nascent soul expert. Why would I ever want the pocket change of a foundation establishment rookie? Little Rabbit told me, if you try to rob me, I should just give you the pouch on my waist, but never give up the ones hidden in my boots and pants." Hearing this, Zhao Dingling gritted her teeth so hard they nearly shattered. Finally, after Li Qingchu's endless begging, Zhao Dingling reluctantly agreed to teach you music. But after 2 whole weeks of lessons, you hadn't memorized a single complete song. The only thing you did master was looking incredibly cool and arrogant while playing. However, on the day the Xiaoyao sect rented out the entire venue, you who could only mash the strings were dragged in as an emergency substitute. By the time you reached the VIP room, Li Qingchu was busy trying to calm down a crowd of guests. "Fairy Yu, Jin Zhen is terribly unwell today and has offended you. We are so sorry. I've already arranged for our venue's absolute top performer, Luyun Qianshui, to entertain you instead. He's none other than Fairy Dingling's very own disciple, young Master Yuan." Even though this guy couldn't even remember a single complete sheet of music, he was brought in to save the day anyway. But the second young Master Yuan started playing, he left everyone in the room absolutely stunned. There you were, eating grapes with one hand, while your other hand flew violently across the zither strings. Up in the VIP seat, Yu Linglong had absolutely no ear for music, but she couldn't stop clapping and cheering. Because the way he plays, it's just so full of power. The moment you swallowed your last grape, the music came to a screeching halt. The entire room immediately erupted into passionate cheers, as expected of Master Dingling's disciple. "That was amazing. What do you think, Wan Wan?" "It wasn't bad, just a bit too fast. I couldn't catch much of the melody." "Young Master Lu Yun, could you play that piece for us one more time?" "Naturally." After saying this, you pluck the strings again. However, Wan Wan freezes, because just as he tries to memorize the score by heart, he realizes it has changed completely. You couldn't even call it the same song. It's completely unrelated. "Young Master, are you playing the same melody?" "Yes, the exact same one, but I listened to it twice. Why are the 2 times completely different?" Hearing this, your heart skips a beat. This Wan Wan is incredible. He actually heard the difference. How on earth am I supposed to remember what I played the first time? Of course, they're different. But you aren't panicked at all. Master Wanwan, let me ask you this. Are there two identical leaves in this world? No. There you go. What I just played is naturally different. The wind has no constant form, and the clouds have no fixed shape. If I play it again, it will still be different. This is the Tao. Hearing your words, the crowd seems to feel a hint of enlightenment, as if they caught onto something, but at the same time, feeling like they grasped nothing at all. In the end, they can only shake their heads helplessly. Master Lu Yun's state of mind is truly profound. You flatter me, Wanwan. Then, let me play another piece for you fairies, called Fierce Wind. After saying this, you raise your hands and play the gukin once more. Everyone is extremely satisfied with this banquet, except for Murong Yu, who keeps her brows furrowed the entire time. It's just because she finds you very familiar, but simply can't remember where she's seen you before. After seeing off Yue Linglong and the others, everyone in the Piaoshan courtyard looks at you with eyes full of admiration. After all, someone with such great ability, who wouldn't want to butter them up? Just as you return to your room, getting ready to rest, Li Qingqiu cautiously appears inside the room and skillfully slaps a soundproof talisman on the door. Xiao Yuan, I am actually a spy for the Xianyu Kingdom, specializing in gathering intelligence. Our organization is called Phantom. The monthly salary is 8 spirit stones, with food and lodging fully covered. If you die in the line of duty, there's a compensation of 5,000 spirit stones. If you make great contributions, there are extra rewards. Sister Li, how much is the bonus for recruiting someone into the organization? Haha, you really are a smart one, you even guessed that. Recruiting one person gets you 50 spirit stones. Sister Li will share 20 with you. Here, this is your phantom identity token. Sister Li, it seems you knew I'd agree right from the start. At these words, the two of you share a knowing smile without saying a word. Immediately after, Li Qingqiu explains the secret contact signals to you. She stays for over an hour before finally leaving. However, just as you are about to sleep, there's another knock at the door. This time, it's actually Xu Mufeng. Xiao Yuan, I am a wind chime of the Listening Wind Pavilion. I see you have great potential, and I want to bring you on board. After rattling on and on about the benefits, Xu Mufeng stuffs a golden bell into your hands. Seeing this, you hesitate a bit. You're a grown man, don't be so wishy-washy. Just tell me, are you in or out? Thinking about the monthly salary of 5 spirit stones, and that food and lodging are covered, you grit your teeth and agree. But when he's about to explain the secret signals, you suddenly interrupt him. Mufeng, wait a second. Let me find a pen and paper to write this down. I'm worried I might mix them up. Mix them up? You absolutely cannot use pen and paper. These are top secrets, you have to memorize them firmly in your head. Hearing this, you finally drop the idea of writing it down. After putting in a massive amount of effort, you barely manage to memorize 70 or 80% of it. You barely sleep a wink this whole night, because the door keeps knocking every now and then. By dawn, you've already received 7 or 8 tokens. However, as for those messy secret signals and rules, you didn't remember a single one. The only thing you remember, crystal clear, are the salaries and benefits. Doing a rough calculation, you can actually collect over 50 spirit stones a month. But what surprises you even more, is the next day, while practicing the guqin in the attic, Zhao Dingling also throws an olive branch your way. Xiao Yuan, I am an assassin of the net. I now formally invite you to join the net. Heh. Sister Ling, this job sounds very challenging for me. How much is the monthly salary? We don't have monthly salaries here. The more you work, the more you earn. Headquarters hands out missions, and once they're done, we split the payout 30-70 with the organization. With that, she tossed a yellow rank token over to you. She also taught you a core assassination technique. For the next half a month, you were so busy your head spun. In the mornings, you traded secret codes with contacts from major factions. At noon, you played music in the grand hall of the Fragrant Breeze brothel. In the afternoons, you returned to Dingling Pavilion to practice the zither. And at night, you trained in the art of assassination. As for your promise to Little Tour about returning to the village, you had completely thrown that out the window. All your travel funds went into buying a greatsword and a set of night clothes. That evening, you finally got your first mission for the Shadow Network. For this mission, you just need to show your face. Remember, don't rush to the front lines. And if you throw your bamboo hat during the fight, make sure you pick it back up. Sister Dingling, why are they targeting the Shui Manor? We aren't the only ones eyeing the Shui Manor. Over a dozen other factions are too. Rumor has it that Shui Ji is a remnant of the Flora God Palace Crusaders. The immortal scaring talisman, in his possession, is one of the 3 great inheritances of the Crusaders. Hearing the name Immortal Scaring Talisman, your pupils suddenly shrank. That name felt incredibly familiar, like you had heard it somewhere before. After leaving the Fragrant Breeze brothel, since you didn't know the way, you had to ask an old man by the road for help. Excuse me, old-timer, do you know how to get to the Shui Manor? Young man, what business do you have at the Shui estate? I'm an assassin for the Shadow Network. I have a mission there. Wow, this assassin is way too honest. He has absolutely no idea how to lie. Just keep walking straight down this street. Take a left at the second intersection. Walk for about 300 to 400 meters, and the biggest manor you see is the place. Following the old man's finger, your eyes suddenly lit up. The little maid, Yun Duo, who had helped you out before, seemed to live on this street too. How much for a stick of candied haws? Give me 2 sticks. 1 spirit stone per stick. Are you robbing me? Sir, valued guest. Young Master Yuan. If you don't pay up, I'll go straight to the Shui Manor to tip them off. Young Master Yuan. I'll tell them a Shadow Network assassin was asking for directions to their house. Left with no choice, young Master Yuan. You had to fork over the spirit stones, young Master Yuan. The outside world really is far too complicated, young Master Yuan. People here aren't honest like they are in the village, young Master Yuan. Consider those 2 spirit stones the price of a lesson learned, young Master Yuan. But shortly after you walked away, Xiao Dingling appeared right beside the old man. Young Master, did you notice anything unusual? Zi Yuan. Young Master Yuan. Ah, little Ling, young Master Yuan said. Every single thing about him is unusual, young Master Yuan. There's nothing normal about him. Is there an issue with his background? What could possibly be wrong with a country bumpkin's background? Train him well. This disciple of yours might lack talent, but he sure has a lot of guts. He actually dared to flash a Shadow Network token right in the middle of the street. Who else would do that? Meanwhile, completely oblivious to all this, you had already arrived at the front gates of the Shui Manor. However, you froze dead in your tracks, because this was the exact estate where Yun Duo served. At this moment, the heavy gates were tightly shut, and the muffled sounds of brutal slaughter echoed from within. As a stream of bright crimson blood seeped out from under the door, it reflected your panic-stricken face. The thick stench of blood filling the air instantly dragged you back to the horrifying massacre at Shijia village. Terrified, your entire body began to violently tremble as your hands frantically clawed at your own hair. My head itches. Ah, it's so itchy. I'm growing a brain. I think I'm growing a brain again. But just as you turned to run away, Yun Duo's sweet voice suddenly echoed in your mind. Here, have some leftover osmanthus cake. You're guarding the door again? Does my family owe you something? Hold on. Let me grab you a chicken drumstick from the kitchen. Thinking of her warmth, you actually stopped dead in your tracks. Meanwhile, fresh blood continued to cascade down the stone steps, washing right over your feet.